Hi, this is Susan from Speech Therapy, and I wanted to show you guys a way to target some picture identification or vocabulary for our students. So to start off, you'll have to first go to boomlearning.com and create a login. It's free. You just have to sign in with an account using an email address, and you can create your own password. And I will send you the link. So this is a specific activity that I found, which would be great for a lot of our students. So what you're going to be doing is once you open that link, you click on this button right here to hear the directive. So let's try that.
Legos.
Once the student hears that, the student should choose which item it is. So they can drag and drop into the box. Let's say they chose the wrong one, and then you submit. It will give you that error message. And if you did the correct one, it'll give you that little nice bell. So you can move forward
Crayons.
and keep using that little volume icon to get the directive for what it is that you want your student to identify. If you want to, you can provide it maybe up to 2 or 3 times if that's needed, or after you've heard it, you can also say crayons. Which one is crayons? If it's harder for them to see the mouse, feel free to use your finger to direct their attention. And depending on each student's abilities to manipulate a computer mouse or a keypad on a laptop or even on an iPad, if they can do that kind of touch and drag, depending on their skill level, you can have them do it directly, or if the student touches the picture item, you can drag and drop for them and click submit. So just meet your students at their ability level.
Park.
So this one is park. So for some of our students, it's going to be a little bit more straightforward depending on the pictures that are shown. And for some of our students, it's going to be a little bit more challenging. These may be more concrete items that some of our students may have an easier time identifying. So I would stick with the concrete items if that's where your student's level is at. If this is a little bit too abstract for them because there's so many different parks that look different or they haven't gone to many parks, then that's going to be trickier to do. So if you feel like it's not appropriate for them, you can go ahead and skip to the next one and see which one this is.
Shirt.
All right, and then these are all concrete items as long as they've played with Legos, colored with crayons, assuming they put on shirts, then these are more concrete items that they should be able to target. So feel free to adjust as needed. You don't have to go through every single one. So if you think that your student is having a hard time, you can go ahead and skip. Or if you think, hey, this is hard right now, but this is something I would expect them to know, go ahead and introduce it to them. They just might need a little bit more prompting. So let's say going back to the park one, if you were to do
Park.
park and they're having a hard time, you can go ahead and try to cover up. Let me see if I can do it with my annotate feature. Oh well, that did not give me many options. Okay, so I'm kind of doing an annotate feature here, but you can kind of do it yourself with covering using your hand or whatever it is, and you can give them that directive again.
Park.
Park, and kind of limit to see which one. If it's easier to make it a field of 2, you can, if you don't have an annotate feature like I do since I'm using Zoom, you can go ahead and just use your hand to cover one of the pictures and say which one is park. Park. Or you can start off by actually pointing to it and say park, peanut butter, touch, park. And you can kind of direct and hover near there so then they have more clues on which one is the correct answer. So you can go ahead and meet them where they're at. And there's quite a lot of different pictures. And what's great about these selections of cards is it kind of goes through these vocabulary set pretty frequently. So then after several trials for our students, it should be a lot easier once they hear that word that they're able to find and match the correct picture. If you have any questions, please reach out to your speech therapist because they will have more of an idea of your students' abilities and how to best adjust this activity to meet their demands. Thank you.